Chris here with Triple R Roofing. I just got to this property here and we're gonna inspect the roof. And it looks like a brand new roof. That's what they said, and that is what I'm seeing. So from down here it looks fine, but I guarantee you I'm gonna find something. So very important, if you're buying a house, have the roof inspected. So yeah, let's see what we find, and hopefully it's nothing too crazy. So let's get on up there, man. Let's go. It actually looks like it was just installed this year, maybe even a couple months ago, because of how new it looks. Now this is a roof here that is being sold. So if you're a buyer, I would still recommend having a roofer come by and check the roof just to make sure everything's good. A few reasons why, well, I'm gonna show you right now. So this roof is very new, right? So it's not gonna be a crazy amount of things going on, but for example, like this little detail here, that's an exposed fastener. So that nail is exposed, so over time water's gonna hit this nail, and what's gonna happen is this nail's gonna rust, either start to pop up or eventually make the hole wider to where you'll start having a leak. So nails should always be, they should never be seen. It should be a little bit higher. This one was a little too low, so that is going to be a leak issue in coming years if not taken care of. We have these vents here, very well painted, and they have fasteners on them with washer screws. But one detail I always like to add, and you still need to seal the screws. The rubber eventually cracks and dries up, so sealing it gives it more time to last longer, right? And then we also have these edges. What I like to do with these edges, I like to put caulking underneath and stick it down so that this edge here overfills, because what happens is the water will get in from the sides through this gap, and it will slowly make its way in underneath this fastener here. So this washer doesn't do anything when water's coming in from the side and making its way underneath the screw. So I've repaired many roofs that where roofers cannot find the leak because everything looks like this. It looks normal, but in reality the water is slowly making its way under the gap, underneath the screw, and then it'll start to slowly drip in your attic until it finally causes an issue. So you can see water would enter here, 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 here. This is a big gap here. That's a huge gap. So it's best to, when you install a roof, you want it to be 100% waterproof, and those are the details right there that make it 100% waterproof. Looks like we have a cut here, maybe from a knife. So I'm gonna document that as well. Now I know what shingle brand this is, and I'm not gonna say the name, but it's used a lot here where I'm from. It's a contractor's choice here for some reason, but I will say that this brand is the most common brand that I noticed where they do have like defects on their shingle tabs, and when you're taking them out the package, they do like rip a little bit, compared to other shingles that I've used. So I'm not trying to be biased, I use them all, but I will say this specific brand here, you always will find like a shingle tab that's ripped, something's falling apart. The shingles are only a few years in, are already starting to fade, so I don't know, that's just me, but you guys let me know. I'm sure the roofers understand what I'm talking about. Look at that. You can see this shingle is torn here, and this one's really dented, so not sure if they had like some kind of heavy material here or while they were kneeling down to nail this here, but that's really dented, so needs to be replaced. Some damage on the shingles. Now it could have been that maybe they were hot, you know, they do stick onto each other in the packages, but even then, I mean, if they look like that, you should never use them and install them on the roof. So this area here has many shingles that are way too low. So the seam is here. Needs to be a little higher. I don't think I could lift that up, but yeah, this is definitely too low of a shingle. So they probably went crooked somehow. You know, they're not square. But yeah, right here, there's a lot of shingles that are, you can see the nail. This is technically the nail line where you're supposed to nail. This gives the idea that maybe the nails are a little higher in most cases over time. But when you nail a shingle too high, it's more likely that during windstorms that shingles are going to start blowing off when this roof starts to age more. So this would be a bad area to have some shingles blown off. There you have it, guys. This is a home that is being sold. The buyers had me come out to check the roof because supposedly it is brand new, and it is. There's not much going on with it, honestly, but there are a few things that I just showed you. So there you go, there you have it. Just because it's a new roof does not mean that you should buy it right away. You know, have a roofer come by and check it on your behalf. You know, I come out for free. I'm in Sacramento surrounding areas. You know, you're gonna buy a home, make sure the roof is good. The roof is the most important part of a home. You do not want to buy a home that has roof issues. So, you know, call me, visit triple-rroofs.com, schedule a free inspection, and we'd be happy to come by and make sure the roof is in good standing. That way, you know, you don't have no issues. So, hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks for watching. And yeah, thank you guys. Bye.